Live now. Let's see. Are we live yet? Hello. What is up, bro chuchas, and welcome back to another stream. Good to be back. Alright, so today we're doing something a little different. We're not actually doing a Let's Play or anything. Today we're going to be ranking Pokemon based on how good they taste. And we have 5 categories on to the right. We have a great tasting for like the Pokemon that basically you want to eat. We have good where, yeah, you can eat them. They taste pretty good, you know. We have the bad tasting where you probably don't want to eat them, but you could if you were starving. We have ones that are deadly where eating them would kill yourself, probably poison types and stuff like that. And then we have inedible Pokemon, which would probably fall into things like the Pokemon that are based on objects and the stuff like that. But yeah, overall, I think there's a lot to talk about. This is gonna be a fun stream. Alright, so obviously we're starting in the beginning of the Pokedex. Very first Pokemon is Bulbasaur, a grass poison type. Alright. So whether you can eat this guy or not, that's hard to say. I think the only poisonous part of him is the bulb, right? So if you remove the bulb, you could probably eat this guy, and he probably tastes good. Good at the, right? Like, I mean, he's a frog, lizard, dinosaur. Frog legs are eaten by people. I think this is a solid good, right? I would say. I mean, maybe not, but I don't know, I'm adding it. Anyways, welcome to the stream, all of you guys. Piggy Guy, Rapid Dude, Aaron, and Awesome TMC, all welcome. And thank you, Awesome TMC, for renewing your membership. Alright, great, but yeah, one good. Alright, so our next one is going to be Ivysaur. So Ivysaur is a bit bigger. He's more poisonous. The flower has bloomed. I don't know if that, like, spreads into, like, the meat or anything. I don't know if that's containing the meat. But I think this is pretty, like, standard. I think this is still the same thing, right? I don't know. I think he's still a good tasting guy. I doubt the flower is like infected his body. I mean, the roots are probably growing deeper inside of him, but like, that's just how it is. It's part of the flavor. Oh, no, they're good. All right, Venusaur. You can also just do the poke, smash, or pass, and do smash, eat, pass, not eat. I wanted to explain though. I wanted like an explanation. I feel like it's fun because some do taste better than others. Now this guy. Probably, this may be where it gets really bad, right? First off, he's massive. Usually bigger creatures have tougher meat, right? And like, it doesn't taste as good. When he's small and lean, he's not muscular, right? And I mean, he's probably covered in fat. Some people do like fat, but I'm ultimately not a fat person, right? Like, I don't know. I like tender meat. I don't know. So I'd probably put Venusaur in the bad tasting, right? I don't know. That's my explanation on that. Again, he is poison type, but I believe it's only the flower that's poisonous. So he's gonna be our first bad taster. Alright, off we go to Charmander. I'm gonna be honest. He is literally already cooked. He's a fire type. He is pre-cooked. Also, thank you for refreshing your membership, Mario Kirby. He is literally pre-cooked. So lizard meat is definitely eaten. People are like, I wouldn't eat a lizard. Yes, you would. Alligator tastes just like chicken. Anyways, so he's probably, I would say he's good or even great tasting. Where, like, you can't argue with this. He's already eaten. You can literally hunt him. You don't have to cook him. He has there's not a single bacteria living inside of him. Oh my goodness. I think this is our safe first great. Oh my goodness. What a tasty man. Should be evil team that wants to eat Pokemon. That would be a good plot. That would be a great plot. And same goes for Charmeleon. Like, I don't think anything really changes. Charmeleon's not really that much of difference from our little Charmander guy. So I think he's also a great guy. Now, Charizard does get back to the point where he may become too muscular to, like, eat. I don't know. And when they get big and strong, it just makes them taste not as good, right? I don't know. Hard to say, but I'll put him in the great tier. I mean, the good tier. I think that's fair. Not as tasty as Charmander and Charmeleon. But, you know, I think you can snack on this guy, right? I don't see what's stopping you. Now, Squirtle, easily. This is an easy great. This is an easy great. Like, I don't see how this doesn't taste good. I'm sorry. You can't convince me. It's a turtle. Turtle, that's just a thing people eat. That's just normal. Well, not normal here, but people eat them elsewhere. So, normal for some people. Alright, Wartortle. Now, this is literally Squirtle with like a tail and ears. This doesn't change anything. You're not eating the tail or ears. I don't know what they're made of, like foam or something. But like, otherwise, it's the exact same thing. He's tasty. Sorry, it doesn't change. Now, Blastoise. This is probably one of the few ones where he doesn't really get muscular. He just kind of gets like bigger, right? I mean, he does have the guns on him, but you don't eat the turtle shell anyways. Like, this really shouldn't affect anything. I think he's still in the tasty tier. Like, nothing's really changing. He's still a good taster. Oh, I mean, it's a giant turtle. How could you go wrong with this? I mean, in the Galapagos Islands, the Galapagos tortoises were literally hunted to extinction because of how tasty they were. This is literally a bigger one. I'm surprised they still exist in the Pokemon universe. Oh, all right, Caterpie. Now this is where it gets interesting. So bugs are edible. They are. Bugs aren't. Some people like them. They're kind of crunchy, right? Yeah, you know, you could eat it. You could. He's kind of. I personally wouldn't. I'll put it in the bad tier. It's edible, but like that is disgusting. That is actually gross. That's poisonous. It's not actually poisonous. It's just pure bug type. Metapod. Now this is where it probably gets inedible. Metapod. It is a living creature. It's a cocoon, but this thing is hard. This thing. The only move it knows is harden. So if you try crunching this, you're just gonna break your teeth. I'm sorry. Maybe you could like fry it in a frying pan and like snap it open and like drink the inside. That's just disgusting. That's just disgusting. We're putting this in the inedible tier. I'm not eating that. You're not eating that. That's disgusting. That is absolutely gross. Butterfree now. Butterflies usually aren't meant to be eaten. I don't know if you know this, but like I believe butterflies taste bad, right? Monarch butterflies are specifically, I know they're not eaten because they taste horrible. So it's pretty simple. It's a bad tasting thingy. We're not eating that. Sorry, it's disgusting. Now, this is where we get interesting. This is another poison type, but this is a poisonous bug. This is deadly. You can't eat this. It's a poisonous bug. Sorry. And the same goes for Kakuna. I mean, Kakuna's probably, it's both inedible and deadly. It's poisonous and just like that, but like, Kakuna's little arms, no, we're not eating this. It's gonna kill you. I'm sorry. And then we have the giant bee with the drills on it. You could eat it. I think you would die because again, it's literally poisonous. But yeah, you know, maybe you could try, and you'll die. Deadly, easy as that. Now we're getting back to the tasty ones. Here we go. Pidgey. I would eat this thing. There's literally nothing wrong with eating this. I mean, I've eaten doves, right? Can you not eat bees? What if the bee's giant and poisonous? I think that changes things, right? Are you doing all the generations? We're gonna go as far as we can in 2 hours. Alright, this thing is literally tasty. I've eaten doves. I doubt a pigeon is too different. Pigeons are actually just fatter doves. And this is just a literally bigger one. Easy, great tier. I'm sorry, tasty. And then literally even bigger. This is like those birds that are genetically engineered to have bigger breasts. Like, look at all this meat on him. Look at all this meat. You can't go wrong with that. I'm sorry. Oh. Up. It goes up. Tasty. Now, rat. Okay. I want to eat a rat. People have eaten. Did you see you've eaten dogs? No, I did not. People eat rats, but I personally wouldn't. I doubt he tastes bad. They're just like, this just isn't good eating, you know? He's small, he's rat-like. I mean, I eat other rodents, so like, I'll at least put him in good tier. Like, I eat, I don't know, rabbits and other stuff. So, I doubt this guy would be bad. I mean, he's decent size. He's bigger than like real-life rats. Now this is a big rat. I also would eat this thing. I think this thing is disgusting. If I saw this in real life, I would actually, I'd panic, you know. But you know, I'm sure you could eat them. You could. There's more meat on this one than the previous one. You put it in the deep fryer, you'll get health and safety violations. Your restaurant gets shut down if you try cooking this thing. Who knows where that's been? Not good places. Not good places. We'll put this in bad tier. Again, edible, but I personally wouldn't. Alright, this is just a sparrow. This is a sparrow. Literally nothing wrong with this. This is a free great tier. Alright, Fiero, again. Giant sparrow. A giant sparrow, again. I don't see what's wrong with that. That's a great tier. Okay, Ekans. So Ekans is a snake. It is a poison type. However, in snakes, the poison isn't like in the meat. So you could probably eat this thing pretty safely. And snake meat is generally safe to eat as far as I'm aware. I think you have to wash it because I think snakes might carry salmonella or something. I don't know. I don't actually bite snakes, but I don't see why you couldn't eat this. The poison's not stored in like the meat. So yeah, it's probably a free good tier. Arbok, I think the same thing goes. I don't think anything changes when it evolves. It's bigger, it's got more meat. Not like the meat's probably any tastier when it evolves, but you know, pretty good find, right? Now Pikachu. Ooh. That's a good question. So this is like Rattata earlier. This is another rat, but I mean it's a pretty big rat, and Pikachu's a lot cleaner. See, Rattata lives in like the trash and stuff. Pikachu lives in the forest, so he's a lot like more natural. Although he's electrifying. Does that pass on to the meat? Have you tried eating this? Like its ability is static. Will I get shocked when I try eating it? I don't know. That's a good question. What happens if you try eating an electric type Pokemon? Like, is that still there when you die? I mean, I guess so, right? Because the electricity is stored in its pouches. So I guess when it dies, you just try eating it, you just get shocked with all the electricity. This might actually be deadly. Because I know Pikachu can send out over 1 million volts. But we're gonna just put it in the... I'm gonna put it in the bad tier. We'll leave with that. It's a giant rat, but just cut that out. You could cut the cheek pouches out, but I don't know. It's at the very least, it's a giant rat. It's probably not the best thing to eat. All right, then we have Raichu, which is an even bigger rat and more electrifying. I think we'll just keep it in the bad tier. I doubt they taste very good. All right, Sandshrew. So this is our first like ground type Pokemon. So basically, this thing, even if you could eat it, this thing is disgusting. This thing is covered in sand and dirt, like to the point where it's a ground type. It's literally, this creature is like born infused with the sand. I'm sorry, you would not eat this. This thing is disgusting. Not to mention, it has scales. Like what the hell? What do you do with that? I'm not gonna worry about that. You're gonna bite it and it's like sand. I'm sorry, it's just not worth it. I'm gonna put it in edible. Oops, Paige just did a thingy. Alright, and I think the same goes for Sandslash. It's literally sand. You're not shoving that in your mouth. That's disgusting. Okay, Nidoran. What the hell? What is Nidoran supposed to be? What kind of species is this? Is this a rat or a rabbit? I don't know, but it's poisonous. Does the poison come from its meat, or does it come from something else? Oh, the poison comes from its spines, right? Because its ability Poison Point. Right, so the spines on it are poisonous. So if you cut out the points on it, I wonder if you can eat it. You might be able to. It's a poison pen, so true. I mean, you might be able to. I'd probably put it in bad tasting. It's a poison rat. I doubt it can be very good. And then we have this. It kind of becomes like a lizard now. Like when it evolves to get the lizard poison rat? I don't know, that doesn't really change much. I'm gonna keep it in bad. The Nidoqueen is basically the same, but Nidoqueen has armor on it as well. Like, I don't know, this thing, there's no universe where this actually is a good eat. I'm sorry. Not to mention it can't breed. I'm not eating a virgin, I'm sorry. I'm gonna put it in inedible. It's probably not worth it. Okay, then we have the male version of Nidoran. So we're just gonna apply the same ones to these three. The Nidoran male line doesn't really change that much. 2 bads and an inedible. I mean, this guy would actually eat meat. I'm sorry, this is just how it works. Okay, now, Clefairy is a fairy type Pokemon. We've had this discussion in the past. What are fairy types made of? Is this made of meat? Is there meat in this? I don't know, because fairies aren't real. Does it taste like sugar and spice, or is it just fat? It's an alien, but what does that mean it tastes like? It's hard to tell. I mean, I doubt it's like very thing. You think it'd be sweet meat? I don't know what that'd be like. Obviously, it's gonna be some sort of meat that's like not available on Earth, but like, I don't think it would taste bad, right? I think this is probably a great. I mean, it's literally like, there's not many bones in this. It's just a good eat. And then Clefable's literally just bigger and fatter. This thing's definitely not any more muscular. It's This is just a large, tender, probably sweet meat. Can't go wrong with that. Okay. Bullpix. So it's a fox. It's a fox. It's a fire type, so it's pre-cooked. So, no worries about that. No worries about whether it's edible. It just, well, it's, so it's very cute. Oh, could we? Could we? Should we? You see, we could. We could. Yeah, we'll go with that. Good. And then Ninetales is, yeah, you know, honestly, it probably tastes good as well. Nothing wrong with that. Honestly, yeah, we're putting in good. Oh, I put both in good. I don't think dogs are like super good to taste, but like, you know, I doubt they're like bad tasting. Stop saying too cute. It's based on taste, not looks. Yeah, we're basing on taste, fully taste. A real culinary chef cannot stop. Okay, here we go. Jigglypuff. So this thing's also a fairy type, but this thing is a balloon. So I don't know if you could eat this thing. This thing is like literally rubbery. Like you would be biting it and it's like, I don't know. You can't really chew through it, right? It's quite simply, basically rubber. I don't know if this is actually edible or not. Be like Louis, attempt everything. We're gonna attempt it. I don't see why you couldn't try, but I don't know if you'd make any progress actually trying to snack on this thing. I'd probably put it, I mean, see, if you could eat it, it would probably taste good, right? I'm gonna put it in bad tier, because I think you can eat it, it's just not gonna be fun because of the texture. And then we have Wigglytuff. I think that the same conversation really applies. I think Wigglytuff is actually less balloon-like than Jigglypuff. I've never seen Wigglytuff fly. Well, Jigglypuff can literally like fly in the anime and like the games and stuff. I've never seen Wigglytuff fly. So I might put Wigglytuff in good just because it's gonna be less of a pain to eat. Zubat. Well, if we don't want to catch a disease, I think we don't eat this thing. I think this thing's actually deadly. It's a poisonous and it's a bat. I think we know how eating bats, I think we know what happens from eating bats. I think this is actually a safe deadly. And then the safe goes for Golbat. I'm sorry. These are poisonous bats. You're not eating these. You're not eating these. Okay, Oddish. Okay, so it is poisonous, but you know, it's a little guy. He's just a little guy, just a little dude. Yummy, right? The weed Pokemon. Weed's edible, right? People eat weed. Oh, yeah, honestly, probably tastes good. Probably tastes good, right? Now this one. Okay. Even if you don't eat him, you know the drool coming out of his mouth is actually honey. That's honey. This guy tastes great purely because you can suck out the honey from inside of him. Suck him off. Oh, like even if you don't eat the gloom, he's tasty. He's a tasty little man. Oh, simple as that. Vileplume. Okay, so this thing canonically smells really, really bad, but I'm sure you could eat it if you really tried. I'd probably put it in the bad tier though. I'm gonna be honest. But yeah. Okay. So I know what you're thinking. But there's nothing here that isn't edible. Mushrooms are edible, crabs are edible. This is a free great tier. I'm sorry. This is tasty. Alright, Parasect. Again, it's a crab with a mushroom. I don't see what changes. In fact, I believe in the lore, Parasect is used. Let's see. The spores are used as medicine. I mean, if it's used as medicine, it's edible. Boom. It's edible. It's used as medicine. It's perfectly safe to eat. Venonat. This thing looks disgusting. I would not. I wouldn't bother. No, that is gross. That is, no. Sorry, this thing is a fuzzy giant gnat. We are moving along, not even questioning it. We're not eating the moth either. That is actually, I would throw up before I could eat that. Alright. There's also some stuff in our medicine that's not normally safe to eat. But yeah, but if the medicine's made of mushrooms and crabs, it's probably safe, right? Alright, Diglett. This is just like, it's a mole, but it's really sandy, you know? You're gonna eat this and you'd be like, sand. This isn't just the issue of like ground types. Like, they're just not gonna be good at eating. Like, you could eat it. You could eat the Diglett like a Gogurt. Oh, I'm sure you could eat them. But I would probably rank them pretty bad. At just how these ground and rock types are gonna be. Dog Trio, yeah. I don't think anything changes. It's literally just 3 Digletts. Okay, hear me out. You know, cats are eaten as a delicacy in other parts of the world. I don't see why you couldn't. Oh, I mean, it probably tastes good, not gonna lie. I don't see what could go wrong. Oh. This is just a regular cat. The only difference between this and a real cat is the coin on its head. And then this one's just the bigger one. It doesn't change anything. It's literally, I'm gonna keep him good. Okay. Easy great tier. Easy great tier. This is a duck. Ducks are eaten. Ducks are eaten. You can go to a restaurant and eat a duck. This is normal. Great. Yo, what's up, Frank? Welcome to the stream. Oh, this is perfectly normal. Alright, Golduck, same applies. Same applies. Okay. Shouldn't make me hungry, being honest. True. Mankey. Okay. You can't convince me this isn't tasty. This is the pig monkey? Both pigs and monkeys are edible. In fact, pigs are eaten by normal people. Regular people eat pigs. This thing is almost certainly delicious. I'm sorry. Just how it is. Sorry, monkey. Oh. Alright, prime ape? It's literally prime ape. You can get prime ribs from this thing. I'm sorry, it's just how it works. Absolutely phenomenal eating. The dog. It's a dog. Well, you see, you could. It's fire type. It's pre-cooked. It's a puppy. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh, it's not that bad. It's just a doggy, you know, a little puppy. And then we have the big puppy, you know, it just tastes pretty good. Yeah, why not? Well, I mean, we can't get too attached. You can't let them being pets get away from you. Poliwag, I would gulp this thing down. Sorry. This thing looks tasty. Like the brown. Actually, the one thing you would have to cut out is the spiral. The spiral inside of it is actually its intestines. And when they're black, it actually means it's filled with poop, because that's how real life tadpoles work. So you would have to remove the poop outside of it, but you could probably eat this thing. And then this thing's just a bigger tadpole. I don't see why you couldn't. Great. Yeah, I ain't eating that. If you're gonna remove the intestines, it's probably fine. Frogs are fine. I don't see what could go wrong. Okay. What the heck is that? What is this supposed to be? What is the equivalent of this in real life? The Psy Pokemon. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. What is an Abra supposed to be? Well, it's. Is he covered in armor? Is there even meat inside of this thing? There's no way to know. It's like a cat and lizard hybrid. Human? It could be human, because Kadabra, the first Kadabra was actually technically a human. Completely edible. But like, does it taste good? Does it taste good? This is a tough one. I don't actually know. This could be anything. It's got a tail. It's got claws. It's got armor. I'm gonna probably put it in a taste bad tier, just because like this is just the mixed bag. You don't know what it tastes like before you read it. Now this is the same, but this one's like got a bit more hair on it. This looks more mammalian. It also comes with a spoon, so it's easier to eat. That's a free great tier. This one comes with 2 spoons, so easy to eat as well. Great tier. Oh. Okay. This is just a little man. This is just a little dude. Like, this is literally just the guy. You know, I've heard human meat tastes like veal. So it probably tastes fine, yeah, good. Just a little man, just a little guy. It's a child. We're not ageist. We eat children as well. So just a bigger man. Well, he's a bit more muscular. Again, the muscular meat's not gonna taste as good, but I think it's safe to just say this is gonna be a good tier, right? I don't think that really changes. Oh, and then we have Machamp. Nothing really changes. Again, still good. Okay, Bellsprout. Okay, so these are based off those little bell poisonous, like, what am I trying to say? You know those little, I forgot what they're called. You know what this thing is. It's one of those plants, right? These are actually eaten by people. So basically, the inside of these little plants collects liquid inside of it, and you can drink it. Like indigenous people drink it. So yes, this thing is actually edible. People do drink it. And the same goes with the other Pokemon. Like Weepinbell, it's the same thing. Like, I know they're poison type, but you can actually safely drink the fluids out of these things in real life. I don't see why the Pokemon would be any different. Like, I think they're just for catching bugs. Now, Tentacool. Tentacool is a jellyfish. So what does that mean? Is what I would say, but I actually researched for this beforehand. I actually did a little bit of research. So, in the anime, they actually covered the concept of eating Tentacool, and they said it tastes bad. And probably the same goes for Tentacool. Simple as that. Now, we have a guy. Do you consider those fluids are poisonous? Nope. This is just a rock. This is pretty self-explanable and edible. You like a lot of the other Pokemon, you crack it open, it's got meat. This doesn't have meat inside of it. This is you crack it open and you get more rock. Oh, and these are literally just rocks. There's nothing here. There's nothing edible here. Okay, now hear me out. It's a horse, right? Horse meat is eaten in other countries, like Kazakhstan. My dad went there and they had horse jerky. It's on fire, pre-cooked. So like, I see nothing wrong with this. This is actually a free grade tier. Rapidash, the same goes for this thing. Okay, now Slowpoke. We already know Slowpokes are eaten in lore. They eat these things, but what is this supposed to be? What is this thing? Is this supposed to be like? What is this? Like what animal actually is Slowpoke supposed to be based on? No, ain't no way it's a seal. Is what animal is this? Doesn't matter, you can eat it and it's tasty. You're right, it doesn't matter. Slowpoke is eaten in game. They sell there's a whole like plot in Pokemon Gold and Silver about eating Slowpoke tails. They're sold for like $1 million. And Slowpoke is literally so tasty that a wild Shelder attaches to its tail to eat it when it evolves. That's how tasty it is. I mean, the Mega Slowbro is literally just being devoured by the Shelder. That's how tasty it is. And if we're talking about Shelder being eaten as well, Shelder is an oyster, so also tasty. This is literally free grade. Bro, this is just a bunch of household objects. You can't eat this. You can't eat this. Inedible. Oh. And Magneton's just more. It's just more. Still inedible. Alright, Farfetch'd. So Farfetch'd is literally a Pokemon that in lore is so tasty that it's been eaten until it was endangered. So yes, this is a free grade tier. Oh. I don't see why this thing wouldn't be bad as well. I mean, you know, he's got like a huge like ball of meat here. You could crack him open. Pretty tasty, pretty tasty. I don't see what could go wrong. Same goes for Dodrio. Still looks like a little pretty tasty little fella. Okay, seals. Now, you may say seals are edible, right? However, seals in real life have this like chemical in their fat that makes them only edible by people who have like a history of eating them, right? That sounds weird, but it may not actually be safe to eat them. Now this is Pokemon, so I'm gonna eat him anyways. I'll just go to the Pokemon Center if I catch a disease. Oh. Simple as that. Grimer? Grimer's made of sludge. Is this inedible or deadly? Or both? I mean, you could put this in your mouth. You just wouldn't be living much longer. It's the Grimace Shake. I think this is deadly. So sludge is made from sewer remains. I'll say. That's a deadly one. Muck is the same way. You eat this, you don't be alive for much longer. Alright, then we have Shelter. Shelter is actually delicious. Shelter is based on an oyster. These things are no. Oyster, shelter. Maybe? Something like that. I don't know, but he tastes great. Alright, then we have Cloyster, same deal. Still tasty. Now we have Ghastly. Can you eat this? It's not corporeal. Like you're gonna eat this, and it's just gonna come out of your body. It's just gonna face straight through you. So I think this is probably an inedible, right? Just because you physically can't eat this thing. And then the same goes for Haunter and Gengar, right? Gengar's a little bit more physical, but I think you can still reach straight through him and nothing happens. He's a ghost. I mean, normal types can't touch him, and we're humans, so I assume we're normal types. Okay, then we're getting to Onyx. This thing is going to be inedible. There's no question. It's literally rock and ground type. There's nothing inside of this. It's just rocks. There's nothing here. Inedible. Alright, Drowsy. Now this guy, don't tell me he doesn't look tasty. He looks tasty. I mean, he's some sort of mammal, obviously, but what could go wrong here? I would say this is either a good or a great, honestly. But he's based on a Hack by Your Logic, fiber is inedible. I mean, if a Pokemon was made of fiber, you couldn't eat it, right? Let's see. He looks like he'd tell you how to cook him. True, he gets onto it. Alright, I'm gonna put that as good. I'll put this guy as great as well. Alright, Krabby? Krabby, they literally joke about eating Krabby in the anime. Not actually joke about it. Professor Oak said he's gonna eat Krabby. This is the thing that happens. So yeah, Krabby's definitely great. And then Kingler, I believe the meat and his giant claw is canonically even tastier than the rest of his body. So this guy is also a great eat. Alright, Voltorb. What is this thing? So we know in ancient times, like based on Hisuian Voltorb, it used to be a plant, right? But it evolved into like this thing. It's filled with gunpowder, right? Could you eat gunpowder? Is that edible? It's a bomb. Is this? It used to be a plant, but now it's not. It's filled with gunpowder. Could you? It's a Pokeball. It's not actually a Pokeball. It's a wild creature. It's literally just a bomb. Can you eat bombs? Are they edible? We'll probably put in. It's probably inedible. I want to say deadly, but like, why would it explode with you? Why would it explode after you ate it, right? That doesn't make sense. And then this is also inedible. All right, Execute. So these technically aren't eggs. They're technically coconuts, but still edible. You can still eat them. Great tier. Executor instead. Like, you don't even have to eat like the rest of the body. You could eat literally just the heads. Still great. There's nothing obscure about this thing. It's a coconut Pokemon. Alright, we have Cubone. It's a ground type. It literally wears a bone of its dead mother. However, you may be like, Hack, you can't eat this thing. Nope, I already checked. I did my research. Cubone is actually eaten in lore. They don't eat Cubone. They take the bones from the Cubones and they like put it in like stew and like the bone marinates. They eat this. This is actually great. You can eat it at a restaurant inside of Pokemon X and Y. Same goes for Marowak. So yes, these are both very tasty little fellas. They imagine killing a creature and then just stealing the bone from its mom. Oh, that's horrible. And then eating it. Tasty. Remember, guys, every time you go to the fancy restaurant Pokemon X and Y, that's what you get to eat. Hitmonlee. Okay. I don't know what he tastes like. He's a bunch of leg. What does Bruce Lee taste like? Can anybody ask him? Oh my god. Well, it's just a guy. Probably tastes good. I don't see why not, right? Hitmonchan, probably the same. Okay. I know this thing looks disgusting. But try to reason with me. Why couldn't you eat this? Why couldn't you? There's nothing like explicitly unedible here, right? But how good does it actually taste? There's a lot of meat here. There's definitely things to eat, but I put him in good. I'm gonna be honest. He doesn't strike me as a tasty fella, but I don't see why not. All right, coughing. This thing is literally poison. This is the evolution of like smog in the environment. You swallow this, you're gonna have lung disease for the rest of your life. Deadly. Same goes for wheezing. All right, there's those two down. Okay, Rhyhorn. So we have a little. He's based on a rhino, right? He is rock type. I don't think there's anything on here you could eat. I think he's just a rock shaped rhino. There's not much you could do here. This is just an inedible, and we have to skip it. All right, we have right on these nuts. Got him. Nothing really here, right? Maybe the insides. Well, the insides of a rock type is still rock. They don't like have organs. Or at least not edible organs. I think he's still inedible. All right, Chansey. Okay. Even if you don't eat the Chansey itself, the egg can be eaten without a doubt. This thing tastes good. This thing is actually great tasting. All right, Tangela. We don't actually know what's inside of those vines. We don't know what's on the inside, but if we assume just the vines, you could probably eat them, right? Maybe. Why not, right? I think, yeah, spaghetti, exactly. I'd probably put it in good. It's like vegan spaghetti, so it's gonna taste like kind of nerdy. You're like, ugh, vegan spaghetti, but you can deal with it. Like, I know once I was eating, my mom was buying healthy spaghetti, and it was, it was squash spaghetti, and it sucked, but like, it's something. All right, Kangaskhan. So they actually do eat kangaroos in Australia. So this thing actually is not just edible, but it's a great tier. Nothing more to say about that. Horsey. I mean, it's probably all right. It's a seahorse. I don't see what's wrong here. I'll put it in good tier. It doesn't strike me as being like really tasty. There's not much to eat. Like, I don't know if you like know about seahorses, but like they're really small. Actually, where's its height? Oh, this is actually a foot big. That's actually decently sized. But I probably wouldn't eat it myself. And this one's. So I know it's not a poison type, but this one's actually poisonous. The points on it are poisonous because of its ability. But I think it's still gonna be like a good tier, right? I don't see why not. Okay, we have Goldeen. So Goldeen is a goldfish, which I believe is like. I don't think goldfish are actually that tasty, because goldfish are a type of carp, and carps are known for being like bad tasting fish. Yo, what is up, Antivenom? Welcome to the stream. So I think you can eat this, but it's not gonna taste too good. It's probably bad. And the same's gonna go for Sea King. Bad. Okay, so now we're at Staryu. So there's so much variety in starfish in real life. I don't really know if this one's edible. I mean, what really is it? It's a starfish, right? But isn't like the main like part of Staryu the core? I don't know if you could eat that. Another alien? It's not an alien, it's a starfish. Is there any Pokedex entry about it being eaten? It could grow back its arms, blah blah blah. Nothing about predators. The Pokemon gets nibbled on by Lumini? Oh, it does. It is edible. Edible. Okay, we're gonna put it at least in bad tasting tier. So it is edible. It's eaten by Luminion. Good to know. Alright, this is also be a bad tier. Hear me out. Hear me out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I would. Oh. Hypothetically speaking, convince me otherwise. I know it's just a guy. But, Oh, well, what could possibly go wrong here? He's a fairy type, right? So it means he's probably like pretty sweet tasting. He's got like nothing hard here. Like look at those balls on him. I wonder what the balls taste like. Dude, I want to eat Mr. Mime's balls. Oh, what could go wrong? What could go wrong with that? I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. It's good. The Mr. Mime. Yes, sir. I'd Scyther. This thing's probably not that tasty, I'm gonna be honest. There's not really any good way to say it. I think you could eat it, but it's probably bad. We'll go with that. I mean, I don't know if there's like really that much meat in here. Like, you see like the tiny little extending parts between its legs? That may be like what like the inside of it is. And it may just like be like, just not fun to eat. Jinx. Yeah, I would. No explanation. Electabuzz. Okay, so what is this thing supposed to be based on? Right. I remember I saw this in a video. It is based on a Japanese Oni, which is a type of demon. As far as I'm aware, the demons are all extinct because we ate them all, so obviously it's good tasting. Now this one is based on a duck with a butt on its forehead. Obviously, also edible. Yes, sir. Alright, Pinsir, probably not that tasty. Probably pretty bad. This thing looks kind of disgusting. If I saw this in real life, I would be absolutely terrified. Bad. Tauros, this is the freest gray tier of my life. There's nothing that goes wrong here. This is free. Magikarp. Now, I put this one on the thumbnail because I actually did research on this one. So Magikarp, you would probably see this and assume it's tasty, right? But then we need to go look back at what I said. I said earlier, carps are known for being bad tasting fish. This is a carp. But also, in the anime, Ash and Brock talk about wanting to eat Magikarp. And then Missy says Magikarp's actually horrible to eat because Magikarp is literally just bones and scales. There's nothing inside of it. So this thing is actually a bad eat. And the same goes for Gyarados. Gyarados is also just gonna be bones and scales. As much as you would like to, this thing is probably a shrimp without the meat inside of it. There's nothing good here. Oh, there, chubby Groudon, welcome to the stream. Alright, Lapras. Now, this is a Pokemon. This thing is probably really tasty. So Lapras is, I know they're endangered. So basically, you could probably eat it, because it was probably endangered because people hunted it to death. And I don't see what's wrong with that. This thing looks tasty. It's basically like a whale combined with like a horse or something. Sounds pretty tasty. How long is it gonna take? We're gonna go for 2 hours. If we finish the Pokedex, that's cool. We're probably not going to. If we don't finish it, we'll pick it off another time and continue from there. So I'm gonna put this in the gray tier. This thing looks tasty to me, in my opinion. It's water, ice type. Both of those are edible, so I don't see what's wrong. Ditto. Okay. You could just ask Ditto, transform into something tasty, and then boom, a snack. You think you can say that? Oh, you don't have to. So this is probably one of the best tasting ones on the list, because you can just tell him to transform into something tasty, and he will. Alright, Eevee. Well, it's a fox. We covered fox earlier, right? I mean, if you really wanted to, you could. He's probably tasting alright. Did you know that in terms of evolutions, Vaporeon is the tastiest? Right, Jolteon. We get back to the discussion we were having earlier. Are electric types that tasty? Like, will you get shocked? If you kill this thing and eat it, will you get shocked by the meat? Maybe. I don't know. I'd probably put this guy in bad tasting, just assuming there's like a static flavor to the meat. That just won't be very fun. Now, Flareon, on the other end, is gonna be much easier to eat. It's literally pre-cooked. Pretty nice. I don't see what goes wrong here. It's just a fox, but like, it's been cooked. It's been charred. He's been simmered. I think we'll put in good tier. Now, Porygon. This is a man-made Pokemon. This is an object. This thing isn't real. I mean, it is real, but not really in the same way like the other Pokemon are. This isn't biological. You couldn't eat this thing. You can't. It's like eating a robot or something. Inedible. Okay, Ammonite. I mean, you know, why couldn't you? You could probably grab this guy and like slurp him out of there. People eat escargot, right? I mean, I know he's got a mustache or anything, but like, I don't see what's stopping you from sucking Lord Helix out of his shell. I think he's probably gonna be a good taster, right? I know he's a fossil. The fossil mons they're all rock type because like they're somehow like fused with like the fossil when like they were revived. But this is meat on him. That's meat down there. You can eat that. Alright, Amistar, I don't think anything changes. Does anything change here, right? No. I think he's still tasty. I think he's still a good tier. He's still a good tier. Now, Kabuto's another question. Kabuto is based on a, like, trilobite, or whatever the hell that is. But, you know, could you? Let's see. What is the most real-life equivalent to this thing nowadays? Horseshoe crabs. Oh, it's a crab. Yeah, you can 100% eat that. In fact, it's probably great. Kabutops. I know he's evolved, but nothing really changes, right? He's still just a giant crab. 100% tasty. 100% tasty little fella. Aerodactyl. Okay. So this is a dinosaur. Could you eat that? I don't know. Probably not. It's probably not that tasty. Hard. It's really hard to say. He's a flying dinosaur. This is a hard thing. I'm gonna put this guy in bad tier. Because if he doesn't like speak out as being tasty immediately, he's not worth the time. Tasty. Okay, Articuno. I mean, you know, at a basic level, this is just an ice chicken. Is Aerodactyl actually made of rock? He's rock type. But he's based on a ancient Pokemon, right? So, I don't know. I'm not sure how that works 100%. But it doesn't matter. We don't have to be 100% accurate. Yeah, this goes up. Zapdos. I think the 3 legendary birds, I think they're all gonna be great here. Like, I don't think anything changes between them. Alright. Dratini. So now we have a little dragon. Well, I mean, we've covered reptiles in the past. Reptiles are edible. I mean, in essence, this is just like, this is basically Ekans, but it tastes better because it's not like poisonous or anything. In fact, this thing is probably pure. You're gonna eat this and you're gonna become enlightened. So I think this is a good tier. And same for Dragonair. Dragonite might be a little different though. But I mean, you know, is there any reason why he would change flavor when he evolves? What changes here? He gets fatter. That doesn't change his flavor really much, but I think it's safe. I think it's safe for him to stay in good tier, right? Mewtwo. Oh my goodness. Now, this thing would not let you eat it. But hypothetically speaking, if he was on your dinner plate, what would he taste like? So, this is based on an embryo, right? Because it's based on Mew, which is based on a like embryo. And, well, I mean, it's never too late to have an abortion. Great tier. Same for Mew. Next, Chikorita. Okay, so Chikorita, I've seen a video about how to cook a Chikorita, and they literally like just strip it apart. So I think you would eat this. Hack, wouldn't Pikachu be tasty? Kremmer tried to eat Pikachu by accident. It's by accident. Now we've made it finally to Gen 2. Chikorita, I think this thing is definitely tasty. It probably tastes like what would you call it? Like some sort of like vegetable, not a fruit. Definitely a vegetable, but which one? I don't know, some sort of like asparagus kind of creature. Bayleaf, same deal. I don't think anything really changes. Yeah, we'll keep it in great. And then Megananium, also great. Nothing really changes between this. Okay. So, Cyndaquil. You know, he's a fire mouse. I know in the past, like, we were like against eating like rats and stuff, right? But this doesn't look that bad. He doesn't look like a trash rat. I'm pretty sure you could probably eat him pretty safely. I mean, you know, he looks pretty fine. I don't see what could go wrong. I'd put him in good tier. Alright. We have Quill Lava. Nothing really changes as it evolves. Still gonna be good tier. And then the same for Typhlosion. They're just like rats with fire on them. Okay. Totodile. Great tasting. I don't see why. Alligator is eaten, as I've said in the past. And I've literally gone to a restaurant that had alligator. It doesn't even taste bad. This is just that. It's a water alligator. There's nothing special about it. All alligators are water type. They live in the ocean. I mean, they live in rivers and lakes. Not really the ocean. Okay, Sintrit. This is a rat, right? Rat? No. What is this? What are those little squirmy, wiggly little creatures? Those little mammals that get into trouble and they like roll around. How do I know my Pokemon better than my real animals? Ferrets. Yes, this is a ferret. I mean, are ferrets edible? I don't see why not, right? I'd probably put him in good tier. If he doesn't like strike me as like tasting great, he's probably just a good tier. Did you see your other messages? Yes. All right. Oh yeah, ferret. Yeah. Probably good tier. Okay. So we have an owl. I don't think people really eat owls, generally. But this one is literally just a giant piece of meat. I don't see what could go wrong. I'm leaning towards great here, honestly. I don't see anything wrong with this. You could eat this, no problem, right? Yeah, we're gonna go great. Noctowl will move down to good. He's not like really the good chunk of meat as Who is. And generally, for the most part, more powerful creatures just don't taste as good, right? Like, there's a reason in just normally human beings, we just don't eat things that are higher up on the food chain, because generally the higher up they are, the worse they taste. So who almost certainly tastes better than Noctowl? Okay, this is Ladybug. Ladybugs are actually canonically known in real life for tasting bad. So yeah, bad. It's the reason they're brightly colored. Brightly colored things mean they taste bad. Okay, Spinarak. Sorry, I worded that wrong. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I would say inedible. I'm not eating that. That is absolutely disgusting. And then Crobat. Back to where we were earlier. Poisonous bat. This thing is gonna literally give you a disease. This is deadly. Finally, we're at double digits for deadly. Alright, Chinchou. I'm gonna be honest. As a kid, I thought this guy looked tasty. He looks good. Oh my goodness. Like what is wrong with this guy? He's just a little round blob of little tastiness. I know he's electric type, but the electricity is almost certainly like stored in these little like glands on it, right? So yeah, I'm sticking this inside the grinder. Great tier. And the same goes for Lantern. Alright, then we have Pichu. Oh, what a little creature. What a little goblin. What a little tasty guy. I mean, he's probably not tasty. We put Pikachu and Raichu in the bad tier because, again, they're rats, and you're going to get shocked by eating their meat. It's edible, but I'm going to put it in the bad tier. Now, Cleffa. This thing's tasty. This thing is... There's not a bone in this body. This thing is meant to be eaten. This was born to be consumed. Great tier. Igglybuff. Okay, so we covered little Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff earlier. Same kind of deal, where he's a balloon, right? He's really rubbery. I don't think it'd be fun to eat this thing. I know he looks like he's made of meat. We're gonna eat this thing, and he's gonna you have to be tearing into it because he's just rubbery. He's just not gonna be a fun thing to eat. You could. I doubt it's bad for you, but just not fun. Togepi. This is... What is this? What is this creature supposed to be? Is this... What is it? I don't actually know. I mean... I'm sure it's edible, right? It hatches out of an egg. Most edible creatures hatch out of eggs, right? Maybe. Maybe not. put it in the good tier. Doesn't look bad. Doesn't look great. Probably a good one. And then Togetic will apply the same logic to it. Alright, Natu. So you're just a bird, right? You're not a special bird. You're not a specific type of bird. He's from South America. That's cool. Thank you, lore. Yeah, it's just the head though, right? Most of the tasty stuff is in the head. I'd probably put this in bad tier. But for Exatu, where it actually has a body, I would put this one in good tier. Mareep, the entire Mareep line, these are all sheeps. Sheeps are regularly eaten by people. Lamb chop, my man. All three of these guys are all great tier. All very, very tasty little fellas. Alright, Blossom. So, unlike the other ones in this guy's line, this one is a pure grass type instead of poison type. So basically, this is it. This thing is, I don't see why you couldn't. You could, right? Yeah. You could eat this thing. Probably wouldn't be that good, but yeah, I know flowers, for the most part, aren't really the best tasting part, but I think you could eat it. Is this the new Smasher Pass trend? It's my own spin on it. Flowers usually aren't the most tasty, but I think you could eat the rest of it. Like the little body, this little like green flesh, probably just tastes like vegetables, you know? I'd probably put them in good tier. Alright, Meryl. Water mouse. I mean, what would we go with this, guys? It's a water mouse. I know for the most part we rank mice like kind of lower, but this one doesn't seem to be like, this isn't like a Rattata or a Pikachu situation where there's like a downside. There's no downside to this. I think this one might even be a good tier, I'm gonna be honest. He's kind of just like a round rat. I mean, like, again, we eat rabbits. Oh, but Azumarill is definitely based on a rabbit because guess what? Aqua Rabbit. Great tier. Tasty. I will not pay attention to the chat. I'm reading chat. Y'all are talking about chat not working. And I'm like, okay, cool beans. Alright, Sudowoodo. So this guy is made to be based on pseudo wood, right? It's like fossilized fake wood or whatever. It's literally just a rock. It's just a rock. You can't eat the thing. You find it sometimes when you're outside. There's nothing to eat here. That's just a tree. It's not a tree. It's a rock. It's a rock that looks like a tree. There's nothing edible here. This is just a stone. Alright, Politoed. This is a frog. I don't see why not. Amphibia made me really hungry watching it, so I think this guy ranks up there. Good tier. Okay. Hoppip is cottonweed. Cottonweed. Right. I mean, it looks like some sort of like cat creature. Cat plant. I'm certain you could do that when you eat spring. Yes, I would. I think he probably tastes good. Right? I don't think he's bad tasting. Another evolution of it. Just good tier. We're gonna keep this entire line in good tier so we can get some progress on. Alright, Apom. Okay, monkey. Monkey? You know, monkeys are fine. Would we eat a monkey though? I mean, I don't eat monkeys, but other people eat monkeys, and obviously, since they keep eating them, they must taste good. Sunkard. Sunflower seeds taste amazing. This is a sunflower seed. This is great tier. Very tasty. Now, Sunflora, I would eat the seed. I don't know if I would eat the flower. I'm going to put this in bad tier. But, yeah, sunflower seeds taste really good. Have y'all ever had salted sunflower seeds? I bet y'all have, right? Good stuff, bro, Chacho. Alright, Yanma, this is a dragonfly. That's absolutely disgusting. I would not eat that. I'm sorry. That is disgusting. Whooper. I mean, it's just a little man, just a little dude. You could, right? So he's based on an axolotl, right? I assume you could. Yeah. I mean, I don't see people eating axolotls regularly. I think that's because they're endangered, but he's not really like any different than like eating a frog or something. Whooper soup? You mean super? I'll put him in good tier. And then Quag's gonna be the same difference. Quag is also gonna be a good tier. Alright, Espeon, this thing is still a fox. Little psychic fox creature. I think it's gonna be good tasting. Umbreon's gonna be same deal. Alright. There we go. Murkrow. So this is a crow. So it's a bird, obviously edible. I don't think crows are like the best thing to eat. I don't think people eat crows because they taste bad, but, you know. I think this is Pokemon. I think it at least tastes good, right? Alright, Slowking. Again, Slowpoke and Slowbro ranked really highly. We're gonna rank Slowking as tasting great as well. There's really no difference between this and Slowpoke. Like, sure, he's a little bit cooler, he's more regal, but still tasty. Mr. Beast is another ghost and edible. Okay. Unknown. What does this taste like? What is this? It's based on the alphabet, but it's not really. Is there flesh here? There's an eyeball, obviously. Can you like suck out the eye? Would you? Maybe? Flavor unknown. Well. Hard to say. What would it taste like? I'm certain it's edible because of the giant eye. Like, at the very least, you could, like, suck the eye out of the rest of its body, but... yeah. I'm gonna put it in bad tier. It just probably just not gonna be fun. Like, people eat catfish eye, so I'm sure you can eat that. Okay, Wobbuffet. Stop giving me these weird creatures. I don't know what this is. What is this supposed to be? I don't know what it tastes like. So I believe Wobbuffet is based on a punching bag. Like, that's why when you punch it, it punches back at you. Because, you know, when you punch the punching bag, it, like, leans back and it comes back. I think it's based on a punching bag, but as an actual creature, I don't really know what to think of it. Hard to say. I doubt there's gonna be any like lore about it being eaten. That's hard to say. Oh, he'd be a buffet, real. I'm gonna put this in the bad tasting tier. I'm sure it's edible. It just there's nothing like this. It's probably not very good. Giraffe. Okay. We can work with this. This is a giraffe. I'd see no reason why this wouldn't taste great. I don't know what giraffes actually taste like, right? But it's kind of like a deer or a horse or something, right? So you'd imagine it would taste normal. Pineco. So Pineco actually isn't a pinecone. Pineco is a bagworm, and that is absolutely disgusting. That is... I mean, if you're really starving, sure, eat the bagworm. I'm not eating that. That tastes bad. And then Fortress is gonna be the same deal. Just evolved Pineco. What does Psychic taste like? That's the question. Dunsparce. So this is just a land snake. Yeah, it's just kind of a chubby land snake. This is kind of tasty, right? I don't see anything that could go wrong here. No, this probably tastes good. He's just a little chubby guy. Just a little man. Alright, so Gligar is a flying scorpion. This probably, I want to say bad or unedible. If we go with the scorpion kind of thing, it'd probably taste bad. But we do have to keep in mind that he's ground type, so he's gonna be like, not even like good, he's gonna be sandy and stuff. I'll keep him in the bad tier. Let's see, Steelix, it's made of metal, it's an iron snake. Inedible. Okay, Snubble. Now we have a little dog, right? It's a fairy type dog though. So this dog isn't made of regular meat. He's made of sweet meat. I think he probably tastes good, right? At the very least. Same goes for Granbull. Okay, so Quillfish may be poison type, But I believe in lore, quillfish can actually be cooked. No? No? I thought there was a Pokedex entry covering this. Maybe not. Well, I know you can eat this. I know you can eat this. At the very least, in real life. So, pufferfish are poisonous, right? But really skilled chefs can remove the poison gland out of them to make them eaten, right? And if that's actually the case, it probably tastes great, because then it's just like exquisite cuisine made by an extraordinary chef. Okay, this thing just tastes horrible. Actually, this is inedible. Sorry, Scizor, you're not eating that. Aw, Shuckle. Aw, Shuckle. What a little dude. He's just a little man. He's just a little guy. Shuckle. You know, he's a bug. He's technically a bug. But look at the little man. The mold Pokemon. Is he actually made of mold? Is that what he is? Is he mold? That's actually disgusting. I'm gonna put him in bad tier. I want to eat that. Alright, Heracross. Yeah, this thing's probably tastes really bad as well. Bad. Sneasel. So this is based on a weasel. What do weasels taste like? Any of y'all experienced in eating weasels? Well, it's dark ice type. None of those are really like deadly. You could eat both of those, probably fine. Yeah, I'm certain at the very least it's probably a good. Okay, Teddy Ursa. It's a bear. Bear meat is eaten. Bear meat, right? It's not unbearable. I know bear meat's not the best because it's a little tough, but in this case, Teddy Ursa is a baby bear. I think you could probably eat this one, and I think it'd be tasty. And then when he evolves into Ursaring, then it moves down to the good tier. Okay, Slugma. Slugma balls. Anyways, yeah, if you ate this, you would die. This thing is made of magma. And the same goes for Magcargo. I'm sure if you could withstand the burning sensation, they would probably taste fine. But, yeah, that's not happening. Alright, Swinub. This is a pig. This is a pig. This is edible. Finally! Tasty cuisine! Great tier. And then same for Piloswine. Literally just a bigger, tasty dude. Alright, so Corsola. So Corsola is, rock type. Actually, it's made of coral. What am I trying to say? Glad Dana's not here. Yeah, Dana would be pissed if we were eating, her favorite Pokemon. So this thing's just made of rock. If you've ever seen dead coral, it basically just becomes rock when it dies. So if you kill this thing, actually, no, it has a form when it's dead. Dead, that's what a dead Corsola looks like. Galarian Corsola. Yeah, you can't eat this. This thing is inedible. Alright, Remoraid. So this is based on a Remora. They're just kind of little dudes. I don't see why you couldn't eat them. I don't think they'd be the best tasting thing, but I'd put it in good tier. Now, Octillery, on the other hand, have you all ever had like octopus or like Takoyaki or any of those things? They taste good. They taste, actually no, it's really good. I put this in great tier. I think he actually becomes better when he evolves. Now, I don't know why the Remora evolves into Octillery, but you know, it just happens. Alright, Delibird. So this is a penguin. I don't know what penguins taste like, but I'm certain they taste good. I'm certain they taste great, actually. Like, they're not really like super athletic. They're kind of stupid little birds. They wander around. I would go with it. I'd go with it. Alright, Mantine. Octoling murder? Screw the Octolings. Okay. It's a stingray. Actually, no, it's not a stingray. It's just a regular ray. I don't know what rays taste like. They're made of cartilage, right? Cartilage is what like your nose and ears are made of. I'm certain you could eat them, but I think there's a reason why we don't eat them, so I'm gonna put it in bad. All right, this is the bird made of metal. There's nothing here. This is actually inedible. Alright, Houndour. So, if we ignore the fact that it's a dog, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Hey, how's it going? Welcome, Bin Loud. It's a dog. So, what do we say? What are we thinking, boys? Bad or good? It's gotta be one of those. I don't think it's great, but I'm gonna put him in good tier. I'm gonna be honest. As a fire type, he gets bonus points for flavor. And the same goes for Houndoom. A really angry doggy. Alright, Kingdra. Well, it's just a large seahorse. In fact, this one's not even poisonous like Seadra is. I think we can go on with this, right? I think this thing would probably be good tasting. Alright, Fanfi. So Fanfi's a elephant, but it's a ground type elephant. So it's gonna be a little sandy, not too good of an eat. I'm certain you could eat this thing, but I don't think it'd be very good. I'm gonna put it in bad tier. And same applies to Donphan. In fact, it applies even more to Donphan. Okay, then we have Porygon 2, where it's, again, based on a polygon. You can't. Elephant meat is illegal. Well, unfortunately, it's not endangered in the Pokemon world. You could breed your own. Okay, so this thing is not based on a real animal. If this is a polygon, it's literally inedible. Okay, Stantler. So, hear me out. Stantler's evolution Weirdeer literally doesn't exist anymore because they're hunted to death. So Stantler must be pretty tasty as well. Alright, Smeargle. What is this? What kind of creature is this? Dog? Dog? Well, we're gonna put him in good tier, I guess. I don't see what goes wrong, right? Son of deer? I don't know. Some Pokemon's like, what animal is this? What is this based on? We have Tyrogue, which is just a little man. I probably taste good. Yes, sir. Human meat, right? Just a big man. Human meat. Just a small man. Human meat. A small electric demon. We said demon was good tasting earlier. I mean, great tasting. We're gonna keep it that way. Gotta stay consistent. Small little duck creature. Also, great tasting. Miltank. This is the freest great of the list so far. This is the freest great. No exceptions. Yummy. Alright. Blissey. Yeah. We said Chansey was tasty. Blissey still great. You're getting impatient? No. They were just like a combo of like all the same ones over and over. Alright. Raikou. Okay. So this is a tiger. Meow. Well, tigers are they hunted? No, they're not, right? What would you say about that? I'm kind of a loss. I don't think you could eat this, right? I mean, you maybe could, but would it? I don't know. I'm having trouble imagining like a universe where this tastes good. It's gonna be a bad. All right, Entei. Same kind of dealio, except this one's like a lion instead of a tiger. I don't think it's any better. It's fire type, so it's not gonna have like the problem of being the electricity stuff. You could probably eat it fine, but I'd probably put it in bad as well. And then Suicune is also a leopard, so again, bad as well. Right, Larvitar. Inedible, right? He's rock ground type. He's just a little like rock creature. I mean, I think he's hollow. That's a hole inside of him, right? Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. I didn't just see the 3D model. Kind of hard to tell in the artwork. But I think the Larvitar line is without a doubt all inedible. I mean, what? Are you gonna eat Godzilla? No, Godzilla's gonna eat you. Okay, Lugia. Now this is a good question. What is this? What is this creature? It's not a bird. It's got hands. It flies though. Represents a dinosaur, a plesiosaur, and a bird. No, a dragon, plesiosaur, and bird. Okay. Well, I think you could eat it, right? Probably. Lots of them can eat you? It could, yes. Most of them could eat you. A lot of the Pokemon probably would not be very fond of you eating them. Yeah, I'm gonna go with bad on this case. I really just don't seeing it. I don't see this being really good in, like, a universe. Alright, Ho-Oh. Now, Ho-Oh, on the other hand, this is gonna be the most divine piece of chicken you've ever eaten. This will be the tastiest thing you've ever eaten. God-like chicken, ascended from the heavens. This is the great tier. This is an onion. This is an onion. You could eat this. Yeah, I think this one's great. Literally onion fairy creature. I don't see why not. Alright, finally, we've made it to Gen 3, making progress. Okay, Trico. Okay. Let's think about this. Celery. Oh, real. So this is a little gecko. He's grass type. But that means he's probably just like a vegetable gecko, right? You could chill with that. We can chill with that. I don't see why that's off the table. I think it's probably a good tier. Alright, Groovile. Yeah, I can work with this. Oh, edible is Nara. She's not edible. She's in the inedible tier. Sorry. I think this applies. The good tier applies to that. Sceptile we may actually change though, because little things on his back. Does it say? The seeds on his back contain nutrients. I bet those taste good. I bet those taste really good. So I'm gonna actually put Sceptile up higher in the tier because of like the nutrient orbs on his back. Because usually like the more nutritious it is, usually the better it tastes, right? Isn't that how things work? The reason like sugar tastes good is because the brain's like, yes, eat more sugar. Okay. This is the freest great tier I have ever seen. This is not just the chicken, but cooked chicken. It was made to be eaten. I apologize so much. Oh, I am so sorry. And the same goes for the rest of the evolution line. I don't think that changes at all. Alright, so Mudkip. This is based on another one based on a little amphibian. Well, little mudfish, little creature. Let's see. How do we go with this thing? I'm gonna be honest. I don't think this thing's probably very tasty. This is probably a bad tier. I'm gonna be honest. I might put Mudkip in good tier. But since Marshtomp and Swampert become ground type, and so like they now have like the sandy earth-like texture to them, like you're eating them, it's like full of dirt. I think that bumps Swampert and Marshtomp down to the bad tier. Alright, Poochyena. So this is a dog. This is a dog. We're gonna put this in the good tier. I don't see why not. We've been ranking dogs as good earlier, so I don't think it's a problem. Swampert would taste like mud. True, that's also true. Alright, Zigzagoon. Tiny raccoon. I mean, raccoons aren't like eaten by regular people, right? You could. I mean, like weirdos eat raccoons. Regular people don't. Yeah, I think it's safe to put them in great tier, right? If people do kill them and eat them, I think you could. And we'll put the same in Linoon, so we're like fair. Cheese, yo, what is up, Royal Pair? Welcome to the stream, bro, Chacho. Alright, Wurmple. So this is a worm. As far as I'm aware, a lot of the horns on them are like really hard. You could eat this thing, but I don't think this thing is gonna be very fun. This thing is actually probably really disgusting. Bad. Okay, Silcoon. This thing is gross. You're in time for Tropius. You are. We're in Gen 3. This thing is gonna be disgusting. This is actually gross. Have you ever seen those little silk cocoons? I've never seen one of those and thought, man, I won't eat that. That is actually disgusting. I would not. And And then, you know, Beautifly, that's just a butterfly. Butterflies are also known for being tasting really bad. So we're gonna put that also in the bad tier. Alright, and then Cascoon, this is the exact same situation. Except Cascoon is a bit poisonous compared to Silcoon. So if anything, it's worse, but still gonna be in the bad tier. And then Dusktop. Yeah, I think we're still gonna put this in bad. Now, Lotad. You know, honestly, it's a little tasty little fellow, right? He doesn't look that bad. He's got a leaf. He's a little, like, water dude, right? But you could probably eat it, right? I think he's pretty tasty. I mean, he literally comes with a plate. He has a plate that comes with him. So I'm gonna put him in good tier. All right, Lombre. So, does anyone know what Mexicans taste like? Oh my goodness, Lombre. I think he's still a good tier. I don't think he changes at all. I just had to make the joke. Ludicolo, same deal. Actually, I've always wanted to know what Ludicolo tastes like. I've always wanted to know. Heck, that's racist. What do you mean? He's literally based on. He's got a sombrero. He's based on he's based on Mexican culture. How is that racist? It's the truth. The name's literally Spanish. Lombre, hombre. My goodness gracious. I'm gonna keep it in good tier. All right, Sea Nut. Sea Nut's a nut. A acorn to be specific. I mean, acorns are edible. I know they make acorn flour. So in that case, Sea Nut could actually be made into something really tasty. So I would go ahead and put Sea Nut in the great tier. Because you can make Sea Nut into something tastier than just like, you know, eating them raw. Other DSB videos. Alright, Nuzleaf. Now, this is just like a little wood man. See, Sea Nut, I was arguing that he tastes good because you can make flour out of him. But this is basically just like a tiny little wood guy. I would argue he tastes bad. Like, imagine trying to eat wood. That is just not gonna work out. And then Shiftry is the same deal. You're not eating that. It just, I mean, you could, but crunchy, my guy, right? All right, Talo. He's got nipples. He does for some reason. All right, so this is just like a little tiny swallow Pokemon. And you know what swallows are meant to be done? They're meant to be swallowed. Easy. Great tier. And the same goes for Swellow, where it's the regular Swallow. Okay. I have to go, but I hope he says something good about trophies for the video. Real. Okay. Have y'all ever seen seagulls out at the beach and thought, man, I wonder what they taste like? I've always thought that. Now is my time. Now is the chance. I think seagulls look tasty. I'm gonna put them in great tier. Little tasty little fellas. Alright, Pelipper is a bit bigger, but you know, at the core, he's still a tasty little fella. I mean, you know, the beak, you can't really eat the giant beak, but like, there's still a little bit of meat left to eat. Ralts. Well, you see, this is a person. Little dude. Little man. Not even a man. Little creature. Little goober. I'm gonna put it in good tier. We're gonna call it that. Because, you know, they're fairy types, right? We already basically consider that. Fairies are probably sweet tasting, right? I don't see why. Like why? How would this not be made of meat? What else would this be, right? It can't be. I know, like, the red thing on it's supposed to be a horn, but like at the very least, it's probably filled with meat, right? I'm gonna put them all in good tier. Okay, Surskit. This is a pond skater. I have never seen one of these out in the wild and thought, damn, I want to eat that. I think Surskit's a cute Pokemon. Like, the animal it's based on is just not a tasty looking little fella. Alright, Masquerade. Well, it's a moth. I'm gonna avoid that as well. Okay, Shroomish. Oh, you know, I would eat a Shroomish. He's a nice little mushroom little fella. He looks tasty, right? Yeah, I would go with that. I would go as far to put him in great. In fact, I think Breloom looks even tastier. I don't know what it is about the little olive-looking thing on his head, but that looks tasty to me, in my opinion. Okay, Slackoth. So this is based on a sloth. As far as I'm aware, sloths actually taste really bad in real life. Like, there's a reason they aren't hunted. They're going to die. He's not poison type. Shroomish and Breloom aren't poison. They're tasty. They're fine. Don't worry about it. But yeah, sloths are actually canonically bad tasting. So we already know this. Alright. Diggeroth is... It may say wild monkey, but it's an evolution of a sloth. And it becomes a sloth when it evolves again, so... It's still a sloth. Yeah, but all those are bad. Okay. Cicada. Meningcada. Yes. Okay, so cicadas are really annoying in real life. I would never eat that. I wouldn't. I'm sorry. I think Nincada's a cute Pokemon. I think he's an underrated Pokemon. But no, I'm sorry. This is not food. This is bad. Ninjask, on the other hand, is still bad. Shedinja is literally the shedded shell that the other guy left. You know you can see these guys like on the fence post, right? I found like 4 of them all at once. I all put them right next to each other and I smash them. I don't eat them. These are not tasty creatures. Alright, Whismur. Okay, so I don't actually know what really animal this is based on. I think it kind of like looks like a rabbit, right? So if we go with that logic, it probably tastes great. But see, if we call this a rabbit, then what is this it evolves into? Like, what is this? What kind of creature is this? This isn't a rabbit anymore. It's got like the jaw of like a hippo, but the ears of like, I don't even know, man. This entire evolution line is based on like a boombox, but I don't even know, man. I'm gonna put this in good tier. And then we get to Exploud. I don't know. Why does he have holes in him? Why does he have holes? I know he's based on bagpipes, but how do we go from rabbit to bagpipes? I don't know, man. A loud noise. What does sound taste like? What does a boombox taste? Exactly. I'm gonna honestly say he goes from bad. This is the first Pokemon that goes from great to good to bad. It's an entire evolution line. Okay, Makahita. So this is just a little man. We've been usually rating the humanoid Pokemon in good. We're gonna keep it that way. The less you think about it, the better. Alright, Azurill. Oh, he looks so sad. He looks so sad. No! He knows we're gonna eat him. Oh no, poor baby. Oh, I feel so bad for him. Oh my god. Yeah, well, he should feel bad. He's great tasting. Oh. Nose Pass. Okay, Nose Pass this is a rock. In fact, he's magnetic, so yeah, definitely an edible. Okay, Skitty. This is a cat. We're not gonna discuss too much. We've already discussed cats in the past. We're just gonna leave it at good tier. Okay, Sableye. Now, this is based on the Hops. It's like the Hopskin demon or something. No, Hopskin goblin. This is based off an alien that invaded some guy in like Tennessee. In fact, this is the same alien that those aliens in Pokemon. Not Pokemon. Majora's Mask are based on, I believe. Something like that. I believe it is. Maybe I'm wrong. So he's dark ghost type, but he has little gem eyes. You could obviously remove the crystals, but could you eat the rest of the body? He's definitely physical, unlike a Ghastly line. This will kill you in your soul. Don't worry, no, this doesn't eat people. This eats stones instead. It's based on an alien, but I'm gonna put it in bad tier. I'm not gonna say inedible, but bad tier. Now this is also based on a demon. This one's steel type though. It's steel fairy though, so we may be able to make an argument about eating this. We can probably argue about eating this, right? Because if this is steel fairy, I'm gonna make the assumption that the steel part is this thing, and the fairy part is this thing. And I'm assuming we're gonna be eating the meat part of it, right? We'll probably put in good as well. Actually, yeah, we'll keep it in good. Not gonna get too weird. Alright, Aeron. This thing is metal, and inside of the metal is rock. This is a rock guy covered by metal. This is inedible. You're not eating that. Same for Larion and Aggron as well. Alright. Come on. Metatite. Okay. So I always thought this guy looked like an onion. Am I wrong? But I think in reality, he's based on a monkey. But I think you could eat him, right? I'd put him in good tier. If anything, onion monkey? Does that sound like a bad thing? No. What does the thing say he's based on? That represents a person meditating. Okay, but then like why the ears then? Anyways, now we have Metacham. I'm not quite as sure what the hell this is supposed to be, but obviously it's got these like big sacks of meat here, so definitely edible. Definitely edible. I think so. We're putting good tier. Electrike. So this little dog, an electric dog. I think dogs are usually good tier, but since it's an electric dog, we put it in bad tier because of the fact you get shocked when you eat it, right? Static electricity stored in the meat. Bad tier. And we're gonna put the same thing inside of a Manetric. Alright. Plusle. This is another electric rat. Plusle and Minun, I think both will get bad tier. That's just how we ranked Pikachu and Raichu earlier, right? And we just gotta keep consistency. Alright, Volbeat. Ew. Oh, a lightning bug, firefly, whatever you want to call them. Ew. I wouldn't. That's disgusting. I'm putting it bad tier. And then we have Illumise, which is just a female version of Volbeat. Still gross. You rated an electric goat earlier? I did. Oh, but it was because of the electric demon. I was joking. Yeah. Because, yeah, obviously, demons don't exist in real life because we ate them all. Simple as that. Alright, Roselia. Okay, so it's poison type, right? But is it the roses that are poison? Can I eat the little body? Fine? I would assume so, right? It says thorn Pokemon though, but I don't see any thorns. Rosalina, real. I would go as far to say this is good. Assuming the poison stored inside the flowers. Usually the flowers are the bad part anyway, and that's how it attacks. Okay, we have Gulpin. Gulpin these nuts, got him. Bad. Would you eat a Rosalina? Yes, if I was starving. And then Swat, also bad. Alright, Carvana. So this is a Piranha Pokemon. I would argue good. I don't really have any experience eating piranhas, but you know, it's a fish. At the very least, you can catch them and eat them. I don't think there's anything strange towards it. Alright, sharks on the other hand. Sharks can be prepared in a way that makes them good. I know shark fin soup is definitely a delicacy. I mean, he's got 2 chunks taken out of him right here. Obviously, somebody took a bite out of him. I would go as far to say he's probably great. Probably tastes better when he evolves. Alright, Whalmer. The ball whale. Yeah, whales are hunted to death. But they kill them to get their blubber. They're not actually eating them. Hard to say. He's got natural predators, but I don't know if I'd go with this. I'd probably go with bad. I don't know. I don't know how whales taste. Okay, dolphins are killed and eaten in East Asia countries, I think. So whales are probably close enough to be good tasting. Okay, Numel. So he's fire ground type. So he is ground type, so he's a little rocky or whatever, but he's a camel. And camels are fully edible. In fact, they're literally kept in for their meat. So I would go far to say he's probably good. He would be a great type if he wasn't ground type. Alright, Camerupt, same kind of deal. Just kind of ignore the volcanoes coming out of the back of him. Probably good tier. Again, would be higher if he wasn't ground type. Alright, Torkoal. Okay. You kill this guy? He's already cooked. You can eat him raw. Just remove the shell. I'd go as far to say he's great. Alright, Spoink! This is a little pig dude. Little piggy. Yeah, this thing tastes hella good. Hell yeah. 100%. Dude, have you ever seen this thing? I would snack on him. Yeah. Then we have Grumpig, same deal. You know, Grumpig's one of the most forgettable Pokemon, honestly. I would say Spoink is actually more recognizable than Grumpig. Grumpig sucks. Anyways, Spinda. So this is a panda. Okay. Right. So pandas are bears. Maybe. Bears are made of bear meat. We ranked bears alright last time. We'll rank them as good. Alright, Trapinch is based on an antlion, which is a little creature that lives in the desert. I think it's not gonna taste good. It's a bug. It's bad. Same with Vibrava. Vibrava's just a antlion still, and so is Flygon. Oh, I just put him in good tier. Oops, bad. There you go. All right, Cacnea now. So this thing is a cactus. Cactus is edible, right? I think it depends on the type of cactus. I believe that, like, where I live, I think you can buy prickly pear cactuses to eat. But I don't think all cactuses eaten. But I don't think this is the kind of cactus that isn't inedible. It's kind of round and plump. So I think you could probably eat Cacnea. I'd probably go with good tier, though. It's probably not going to be very tasty. Then we have Cacturn. Probably same kind of deal. Although Cacturn would probably be worse than Cacnea. Right? But I don't think it's enough to bump him down to bad tier. I'd probably keep him in good tier as well. Okay, Swablu. This thing looks tasty. This is a tasty little fella. I mean, it's a cotton bird. It comes with cotton candy. I would say great tier. And I would say the same for Altaria as well. I mean, look at it. Look at this. It looks delicious. Hell yeah. How many Pokemon are there? 1,000. Over 1,000, actually. Zangoose. Okay. Now, Zangoose. He's not a goose, believe it or not. He's not a goose. It's a, it says cat ferret, but it's like mongoose. It's not over 800, it's over 1,000. Scarlet and Violet have came out since. I don't think mongooses are like really eaten, but I'd probably put it in like the good tier, I guess, because I don't see anything why it would like taste bad. Seviper again, it's probably good tier. Thought they were still in the 800s? No. Alright, Lunatone. Okay, let's see. This is a meteorite. It's literally a moon. Yeah, no. Solrock and Lunatone both are going to be in the bad tier. Simple as that. Don't really need to think too much of it. Okay, so Barboach is a... I think is it a boach? Is that a fish? Or I believe it's a loach. Like, I know the Hylian loach is a fish in Zelda. I don't know how they actually taste, though. Moon is cheese. The moon is not cheese. It's actually made of moon. Sorry, buddy. Okay, so loach. It's ground type though, so I'm gonna go ahead and just say it tastes bad. Now, Wishcash is a catfish. If it was a regular catfish, I would say good tier. But since it's not a regular catfish, it's ground type. I'm gonna put it in gray. No. I would have said catfish is gray tier. Sorry. I mean, he's good tier because he's a catfish, but he's ground type, so he loses the rank from that. Now, a corpfish is just crab. Hey, yo, welcome, the cool kids. This is just a crab. This thing is tasty. This is a delicious little man. Oh, I would crush that crab all day. Now, the next one, Baltoy. This is a clay doll Pokemon. You could eat this. No, you really couldn't. There's not a world you could eat that. I'm trying to like think. No, you can't. It's literally a doll made of clay. All right, great. Lily now, the sea lily. Okay, so this is a little like ocean plant, little creature, right? It's rock type, but I'm assuming the rock is like this part of it, right? And like the food part is like the part coming out of the top. So you could probably eat the plant part, but I'm gonna honestly say he's a bad tier to eat anyways. And then Cradley looks very angry. He looks very upset that we ate his buddy. I'm gonna put him in bad tier as well. Alright, a Norith. This is a shrimp. I know it's a rock shrimp, so we're gonna just put him in good tier. It's that simple. I really like a Norith. It's one of my favorite Pokemon designs. And Armaldo is also one of my favorites. And he's also gonna be good to eat. Alright, Feebas. So, Magikarp earlier actually got a bad tier because Magikarp is just bones and skin, right? But Feebas is based on a bass. And bass, I believe bass are actually caught. Oh, so I would actually go ahead and say Feebas probably tastes good, right? I think so. I think bass are fine. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. We're gonna put him in good tier. Alright, Milotic on the other hand. This thing looks tasty. Look. It's the tender Pokemon. I'm sorry. It is a missed opportunity if I don't put this in great. Literally designed to be tasty. And then we have Castform. This thing has breast. So, tasty. Oh. Alright, then we have Kecleon here. Kecleon's just a little, little guy. Little man, little chameleon. I'd probably put good tier. Alright, so here we have Shuppet. Are we gonna do forms of Castform? We're not doing forms. We would be here every day if we were, for way too long if we're doing forms. Okay, so we have Shuppet here. Shuppet is based on a sock puppet ghost. So I think you could probably touch it because it's based on a sock puppet. But since it's a ghost, in both ways, I think it's going to be inedible. Even if it's a sock puppet or it's a ghost, you're not eating it either ways. Now, Banette is based on a doll, or as you can see, a marionette. I think that's also gonna be inedible. I mean, if you unzip the zipper on its mouth, a bunch of evil stuff comes out. So, like, the moment you get your knife and start chopping on this thing, you're gonna become possessed and die. Alright, Duskull. I always thought Duskull was like a fish, but again, it's a ghost. Good luck eating that. Inedible. Dusclops. I don't see a world where you could kill this thing and actually eat it. This thing is terrifying. Oh my god. Like, actually, like, taking a step back and imagine if this thing was real, this thing is very, very scary. And I also think it's inedible. Alright, next one is a fun one. Alright, here we have Tropius. This man literally is a delight to eat. Like, maybe you can't eat, like, the flesh of him, but, like, my man comes with bananas. He comes with the fruit. I don't know. I feel like you could suck on the Tropius meat, and it would be all good tasting as well. So I think he's a pretty easy great tier. We can go a little bit deeper into this, because in his Pokedex entries, it says the fruit from his neck comes from, like, whatever he eats. So you could technically grow your own Tropius to be whatever flavor you want it to be. And I assume that, like, flavor goes to the rest of the body as well. So free great tier, super nice. Alright, so Chimecho is a wind chime, little bell little guy. Why does he not grow mangoes? Maybe because he lives in an area without mangoes. Alright, so this is a little wind bell Pokemon creature. Goes ding-a-ling-ling-ling-ling, ding-a-ling, ding-a-ding-a-ling. This probably tastes bad. I'm trying to imagine eating this. This looks disgusting. I'm sorry. Alright, Absol, the disaster Pokemon. Okay. Like some wolf, right? Edgy emo wolf. All the edgy girls really liked Absol as a kid. We've been ranking like dog type Pokemon like as good tier. We'll keep it that way, consistency. Alright, so Wynot. I think we put Wobbuffet, the evolved version of Wynot, and good tier earlier. Not good tier, bad tier earlier, because like we couldn't really decide what it is. I think I'll keep it that way for that. Okay, so Snorunt is based on a little Japanese little creature being little dude. I don't know what he would really taste like. I don't know, man. I don't know. He's just a little guy. So technically, this is a child of a human woman that died. I know, Pokemon lore. But probably we're gonna go bad tasting just to be safe. Then we have Glalie. which is a giant chunk of ice. You could eat it. You could. You could. Bad tier. Tiny lab pop in my mouth. Not gonna taste good. Ugh. I love eating dead children. And giant ice cubes. Alright, Spheal. Now this is a Pokemon. Why are you so willing to eat a child? Would you not? I'm literally starving. I've been talking about eating for like the last almost 2 hours. I am so hungry. Alright, we're gonna get to a good place to stop soon. We're almost being done with Gen 3. Alright, so Spheal is gonna be a great tier. This is unquestionable. This man is gumball shaped. And we're gonna keep the rest of his evolution line in great tier as well. I don't think any of them look necessarily worse tasting than the others. Alright, yeah. Alright, so Clamperl here is a Clamperl. Yes, a clam and a pearl, yes. Alright, so the pearl is the actual main part of the creature. But could you eat the rest of it? Probably, right? I don't personally like eating clams and stuff, but I know other people do. So I'm just gonna put it in bad tier just because that's my own personal preference. Alright, Huntail. Let's see. What is this supposed to be? This is like one of those like deep sea little creatures. Both Huntail and Gorbis supposed to be like those like really scary like undersea fish. I don't know if these are really eaten like by normal people. But yeah, we'll work with it. We'll work with it. I'm just gonna put them in good tier just to be safe. Same with Gorbis. Yeah, good tier. Alright, Relicanth. Now this is a Pokemon. It's made of rock. This is a rockfish. This is a Pokemon. It's a fish that's made of rock. Fun. Inedible. Favorite. Oh my goodness. I mean, it's based on the Coelacanth in real life, right? But I believe those things are endangered, so they're not eaten. Love Disc. Now, I've never seen a Pokemon that's so stupid that I would eat it, but this is one of those. This guy has no reason to exist. He is literally pointless. Like, can we get its stats out? This thing is garbage. Look at that. Look at that. This thing is trash. Oh my god. So yeah, we're gonna eat this as just like a testament to show me how like it at least has a use somewhere. Just has to be on the kitchen table. Alright, Bagon. So this little dragon. So he's the rock head Pokemon. So his head is, this little thing on his head is really hard. But I assume we can eat the rest of the guy up, like just, you know, like numb him up. We usually say reptiles are pretty decent, so we're gonna put him to good tier. Now Shelgon, on the other hand, he's completely covered in a shell. He's really hard, right? But assuming you killed him, you could probably crack him open and eat his insides, right? So I'm gonna keep him in good tier. But the shell is a little bit of a problem. Then we have Salamence, who is no longer really hard. And he should be pretty good, right? I don't see what changes. Okay, Beldum. So this is a floating piece of metal. Yeah, that's not going to work out very well, is it? I think all of the Beldum line is going to be inedible, purely because of how they are. Inedible. And finally, Metagross, inedible. Fun. Ooh! Ooh, we're getting to the fun ones now! Regirock! Okay. Yeah, it's a bunch of rocks. I don't know why I got so excited. I don't know, I just like the Regis. The Regis are really fun. They're some of my favorite Pokemon. Okay, Regice now. Or is it Regice? Or is it Regice? I never knew. Man. Goron's Rejoice? Gorons, when they find a rock that can repair itself, real? So, Regirock and Registeel are both made of like unedible things, but you could technically lick this. You could lick this. So like, I think this dessert's bad, right? It's not gonna be tasty. There's nothing edible there, but you could lick him down to like his last bit. We have Registeel. I love Registeel. Registeel is one of my personal favorite Pokemon. This is peak Pokemon design. This is such a well-designed man. Unfortunately, he is not tasty. He's edible. Alright, Latias is a dragon based on a jet. Okay. Don't know if that changes much. Jets aren't any tastier than dragons. We'll put them in good tier. Be consistent with all of our previous lizards. Ooh, now this next one is a fun one. Kyogre. This is a really big fish. Why would he taste bad? He wouldn't, right? No. He's just like a really big fish. If anything, he kind of looks like an orca whale, right? I don't think orcas are killed and eaten for their meat, but I think he's good at least. At the very least, you can eat him. All right, Groudon. Now this probably not edible. So this is the giant like land creating creature, right? Giant. Oh, I click on him. Giant lizard, but he's made of ground. He's literally made of ground. I don't think you can eat this guy, no matter how hard you tried. We'll put him in bad, not bad tier, no, not inedible. All right, Rayquaza. Now Rayquaza on the other hand is just a regular lizard. This is just a flying lizard. We're gonna put him in good tier, like we are. Be consistent with their little studies. Jirachi. Okay, Jirachi's a weird Pokemon. So Jirachi's Steel type, right? Steel Psychic. But like, what the hell is Steel about this? Where is the metal here? Because from what I see a tasty little dude. I see a little man. I mean, he's a little chubby. Got like these big bulgy arms. He's wide. He's got like a belly flap. I'm certain he's made of some nice meat. But it says he's Steel type, right? Where is the Steel on him? I don't know. I think you could eat this thing. It'd probably taste bad. If we're accounting for the Steel, probably tastes bad. I think you could eat this. They do wishes. Wish for them to be tasty. Real! Exactly! Now we're talking. Alright. We're gonna bump Jirachi up to great tier because you can just wish for them to be tasty. Alright, Deoxys. Okay, so Deoxys is based on DNA, right? And believe it or not, all tasty things in the real world are made of DNA. So, hypothetically speaking, we're using that logic. Deoxys should be tasty too, right? Yep. And we'll stop there. We've done the first 3 generations of Pokemon. There are 6 more generations of Pokemon left. We'll probably carry this on with another stream later on. But this was fun. This was a ton of fun. Oh my goodness. We can start off with Turtwig next time and continue onwards. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for coming over. We'll be back again maybe tomorrow, maybe not. Depends on how I'm feeling. Until then though, Audius Bro Chachos, HackedCrusade signing out. Outro time. Ba-da-da-da. I don't have my Steam Deck plugged in. Just pretend there's music playing. Oh, no, there is music playing. Huge HackedCrusade win. Real.